on the way. Filled up again. We'll be there soon. Almost hunting season in Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah.
Just arrived at the camp. Syntex 77 and I made our trip up from Delaware. Black Friday, pretty good traffic wise. It took us about 6 hours to get up here. Good run. Hey, welcome to Pennsylvania deer season 2014. Hope to have a good year, as we always do. You never know what Mother Nature and the deer is going to give you around here. Hopefully something eventful, but we know we're going to have a great time. Stay tuned. Some food, a little drinking, a little bit of hijinks, the usual what you'd expect to find at your deer camp. Keep up the tradition. Pennsylvania deer hunting, very important. Get those young kids involved if you can. And one thing I'd like to see, Pennsylvania changes the antler restriction back to just a Y. I think that would get a little bit more people involved. You'd have a little bit more shooting, maybe some more kids that need that instant gratification. They have cell phones and games and they're used to things happening fast. Maybe I would get them a little bit more involved. You teach them the safety angle about firearms, that they're not a toy, they're not to be used for something devious, so it's important to get that part of it involved, and I think it's great for kids to learn the safety angle of firearms when they're hunting and an introduction to them. So that's another great thing. Finished up Delaware deer season. I got a small 5-point, would be legal in PA. As you can see, this guy, not the biggest in the world, but certainly nice. You always feel good when you have a deer. Enjoyed that hunt, but we're on to Pennsylvania now, and hopefully something that big comes along for any of us. We're certainly going to take a shot at it. So again, stay tuned. We're going to have a great time. Car is loaded to the max as usual, and first thing we'll get out is this case of beer. We have a sampler pack from Dominion, which is a brewer local to us in Dover, Delaware, and have one from all the way on the other side of the US, Hawaii, the Kona brewer. So we're going to enjoy those beers with some pizza and some steaks and some sausages and pork, and have a great time. Get out there in the woods and see what's going on. So come on along with us. That's definitely what you want to do. Walking down to check our stands out. Kicked a couple does, looks like 2 or 3 does out. Snow on the ground got here a couple days ago. It's supposed to warm up Sunday, Monday, but hopefully some of it will still be here because we spotted the does out there, and it's just really because you could see them moving against that white. It really helps out. So we'll check our stands out. We actually have to collect some game cameras from the spring, and we don't have a reader to look at them, but I'm sure those cards are full with a couple thousand pictures each till the batteries died. Got a couple beds, deer beds, probably the ones we just kicked out right here. Looks like about 4 or 5 good beds. And this is a south-facing slope, so of course they're gonna bed here. And we have a nice set of tracks that happen to go right underneath the Syntex 77 stand, which is always the way. But hopefully something will come by. From this distance, looks like it's in good shape. The wrap that we put on there last year is hanging in there. Looks like it is doing just fine. We'll check everything, check all the steps, make sure they're safe for them. If we have to repair anything, that's why we're here 3 days before the season starts. And cleaning the snow out of the stand. It'll probably melt, but good so it doesn't form any ice in there. Stand was in good shape. Doesn't look like we have to make any repairs. And taking a look from the stand, looks down at this big bowl. Don't know if it comes across on the camera, but you can see pretty far down there. At least you can see if they're moving through, which is good. A lot different than our Delaware hunting. When you're not on a field, you're in the woods. It's so thick with briars and just plain everything. It's a little bit different up here. Of course, this is one thing we like about PA. A little bit more open, a little bit more straight hardwoods. And the apple orchard over here and cabin in the background. And we're seeing a lot of deer tracks in and around the cabin also. Right outside the cabin where we had the clover planted, have a lot of tracks going through it, which is good to see. What's not good is our firewood supply over here. It's terrible. That's not going to last us at all, so we're in trouble for firewood. We're going to go in town and see if we can find something, or maybe someone selling firewood along the road, we can stop and get some. Got to get this fire going. It's 40 degrees inside the cabin and a chilly 24 outside. Sausage mushroom pizza, the tradition pizza first night, first Friday. Gonna throw some on the old frying pan here. Get these babies heated up. Cracked out the Kona longboard lager. Have some of these nice and light with some dinner. Be the way to go. Had to bring our beer inside. It was going to get too darn cold. It would end up freezing up on us tonight. So have it inside on the floor. It'll be perfect in here. Well, we certainly put a hurting on those 2 pizzas. We're going to have enough for some lunches for Saturday, Sunday, which is great to go along with some soup. Will heat up. We had a pretty long day as far as walking around checking those stands, and have a Fitbit, and it said 37 flights of stairs walking up from the bottom of the property up to the top, back up to the top. Next, a little bit of Fireside bourbon whiskey from Colorado. Haven't had this before, but I've heard some great things about it, and we're going to enjoy this. And it's movie time, and want to make a little bit of recommendation. Over here on the screen, we're going to check out the original MASH movie. And for you younger guys and girls that haven't seen that before and are really just familiar with the series on TV starring Alan Alda, I suggest maybe you check out MASH, starring Elliot Gould. Really great movie, different type of movie, different type of show than actually the series on TV. Very funny and a little bit more edgy, and some great laughs, some great acting in it. Came out in '66. Those of you that don't remember it, certainly enjoy it. I can actually remember, I think, going to the movie theater and seeing that. So I'm dating myself a little bit, but go ahead and check it out. It's a really good movie, and we're going to sit back with that Fireside bourbon. Saturday morning, about 22 out right now. Got the wood stove going. And make some coffee and some breakfast in a few minutes. The rest of the crew will be arriving about 11 or 12 today. Nice quiet morning, but it's time to break the silence and get some coffee going. Well, nothing like having all the convenience and comforts of home. Let me close this up. As some of you have asked how our cabin's set up, I'll take you in, I'll give you the grand tour. It'll take all of about a minute and a half. Cabin is a 20 by 24 shell with a steel metal roof on it. Let's go in and take a look. Well, here we are on the inside. I just have a little kitchen area set up. That's a Shenandoah wood stove. It does a pretty good job of keeping this warm in here, and if you really get that going, it'll run you right out of the cabin. It does a pretty good job. Have a nice 7-pointer from 1990 that the original owner got, senior, and was his best deer. A little eating area. There's a partition, and behind the partition just have some cabinets, keep the normal supplies, some cups and cooking items, etc., some pads for the chairs outside. And then the sleeping area, we did have some bunk beds in here before, but when you had everybody with all their gear, it didn't look too good. Senior decided to do almost like the old, or the business style cubicles. So let's go in mine. We'll take a look. And it's basically enough to fit a twin bed in, and a little bit of foot room for you to get dressed and be able to hang your gear in. So it keeps everything nice and organized, gives you a little bit of privacy, but since the ceiling's open, it lets all the heat and light in, so you're not closed off. I have my A-Bolt 308 hanging, and a nice twin bed, and a good looking quilt that Mrs. White Rook made for me, and a couple shelves in here. So that is about all that we have in here, but it's enough to give you some privacy, and if one guy wants to have their light on and read at night, it's really not going to bother any of the other guys. So it gives us 4 sleeping areas, and without disturbing anyone else. Like I said, it's not going to take long, because that is it. 20 by 24 shell. Doesn't take you too long to go through it. But it certainly meets the needs of us, what we need. Has a cedar ceiling in it, and cedar walls, and cedar shutters on the inside also that Senior did a great job on. Comes the rest of almost the rest of the crew. Chairman, Campcook, day lunch. Look at this load of wings we got cooking here. Penn State, Michigan State game's going to start about 3:30, and these will be ready just for it. Looking really good. Some asparagus in these great bags right here. Have a little coffee marinade. These are porterhouses in here.
Coffee marinade.
Yeah, coffee marinade.
Real coffee from the Keurig.
Yep.
Yeah. How many pounds are they a piece?
About 1.1 pound.
All right, I'll take that.
Cowboy rub on there. A little mac and cheese, bacon,
Man.
asparagus. Should be about ready. Let's get this mac and cheese. Let's get this inside. I'm burning myself here.
I was going to say, you need a plate or anything?
Yeah, I'm just going to put it right on here and I'll come back after the asparagus.
It smells amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one still feels... That one's more done. Poking everybody's steak. Yeah, I think that's the most rare one right there. This one. Maybe not, but that one little section felt pretty soft. I think it's just getting more heat in the back, maybe?
Could be.
I mean, they're all getting close. I mean, if everybody wants medium rare, then they're getting pretty damn close.
Letting them rest a bit. Serve these guys up. Anyone in particular? You want this one?
Nah, it doesn't
Probably
matter.
about the smallest.
Okay, doesn't matter.
Alright, let's bring these two in.
Let me call you back. I got motherfucking porterhouse. Dad would be so mad at you the way you talk to me. Got motherfucking porterhouses, bitch.
How's the bourbon? Some good stuff there.
Oh, that is some good Colorado. Which
Yeah, my throat.
sinuses, everything, right?
You don't want peanuts? Honey roast?
Did you dip your hand in?
Okay. No. A little baseball.
That jalapeno jerky too.
That's good. That pairs well with the bourbon.
Yeah.
Not the next morning, but it's gonna be great right now.
Jeeps up here this time. We got Medical Man's Wrangler Unlimited Sport, all tricked out. Pretty nice. Got Campcook's Jeep Patriot. We call the bottom rung, of course. And White Rook's Grand Cherokee. A little bit dirty from Delaware deer season, which just ended last week, and a little bit of the snow. I'm good. A little jump. And here's tonight's dinner for the hunt. Some brats, some beer bread, a little simple dinner. As for these things, I just want to make sure that since they're sausages, I want to make sure that
They look good.
okay.
A decent amount too.
Yeah, I think there was 15 of them. And this is one of these. Definitely getting close. Yeah, we're set now.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, exactly. Exactly what I
Oh
fucking ran
my
into.
god. Oh.
Campcook.
Oh, my parents in heaven, that was not me. Did you fart on the way out?
I was trying to get outside the car.
You didn't make it, did you?
He did try.
Oh my
Alright.
god.
Get a quick door.
Can we get both doors open?
He tried to walk it off, he said.
Oh, it's still hanging. Alright.
Yeah, I know it's tough. It's definitely tough. It's a monster.
Doesn't feel bad out here.
Nice out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I just stopped back for a little bit of lunch, some soup and some coffee, and I'm gonna head back out now. It's about 2 o'clock, and so far hasn't been a real good morning. I didn't see anything. I know Syntex did not, or the chairman. Campcook saw 3 doe, so it really hasn't been a good morning for everything that we saw so far, or a good day really. I'm going to put on a little bit of the mini drive here down through the middle of the property, and then post up in the stand for the rest of the evening. Pretty good rub. Another one on that tree. Came out near my stand. The metal one there, the wood one in the background. So I'll get up in one of those right now and finish the rest of day one.
Pork and gravy?
Yep. Some bacon up top.
You've outdone yourself, my friend.
That's how you open a beer, right?
Yeah, it looks about right.
Yeah, so you can actually see the label and everything.
Brown dog! What's up, little brown dog?
Alright. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Fat little fuck.
Oh man.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Is that bacon that Steve brought?
No, that's the bacon I brought. I figured we didn't need all of this, so we might as well
That's right. That seems to
have
be
some bacon on top of our pork.
So
heating up pretty good.
Some
I think.
pork on our pork.
thin sliced pork, little gravy action.
Sorry.
Furious movie calling it a war action and threatening punishment for those involved. Yeah. The FBI is reportedly involved in that investigation.
Open her up. Oh boy.
Some South Philly pork, Lysio's rolls, maybe a little bacon go on top, some imported sharp provolone.
Oh, that's bubbling in there too.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Justina's friends. She went to the prom. One of his friends.
There goes Syntax down to collect his gear that he had left at his stand, his pack, his seat, cushion. We had a all hands on deck. And chairman hit one this morning about 9 o'clock, and we all convened down at his stand to try to find it. We had a pretty good blood trail for a little bit. It wasn't great. We gave it a break, we gave it a rest. We tried not to push it too hard. We ended up all the way down the mountain at the road, and he saw it for a quick second, but we never could find it. So we're going to put that down as a hit, unrecovered. But the deer seemed to be in okay shape. It wasn't gut shot. It seemed to be, from what the chairman described, high shoulder shot. Didn't get the spine, didn't get any lungs, didn't get the heart, of course. So we're hoping that that deer can make it through. Nobody wants to hit a deer and then not be able to recover it. That's one of the worst feelings you can have. So we certainly gave it a try. We were out there for quite a long time, 5 hours, looking for that, and unfortunately couldn't recover it. I had a pretty good trip this year. Didn't see quite too many deer, but from what we could tell by the sign, there was big deer around, which is encouraging. Hopefully the herd up here is coming back. It was a great acorn mass crop this year, and they said they were up here eating those acorns, so I think it brought a lot up to the top of the mountain. And we're hoping that it continues to go on, and one of these days you're going to see a deer at the end of one of these videos. But this is White Rook 85 signing out from Camp Goat Time. If you want to catch me on Twitter, ID is the same, White Rook 85. I don't post a lot, so I'm not going to fill your stream up with a bunch of nonsense. I don't do that. But follow along if you care to. And thanks for watching again. And this was the hunting trip 14. And even as it comes to a close, I'm looking forward to 2015. If you want a little bit more, check out Syntax 77's video right over here. We try not to have the cameras going at the same time. He usually gives a little bit different perspective than I do. So if you want a little bit more, jump over to his and check it out. I know he'd appreciate you watching, and I appreciate you checking this one out.